In this video we'll talk about how you can automatically create a dialog component and then have the dialog component create a table that matches the definition of the dialog component so that you can then save the data that is entered in the dialog component in a table. So let's start out now creating a brand new dialog. So we'll go here to controls and we'll add some controls, and I'll just choose add multiple controls at once, and I'll just paste from the clipboard here a whole bunch of controls. So let's paste those in and then go to working preview to see what our dialog looks like, and then let's make a couple of simple cosmetic adjustments to the dialog. So you can see here what I've done is I've turned off the line break between first name and last name. I've also turned off the line break between city, state and zip, and I've put a frame around the whole thing. So let's go here and I'll just call this customer dialog, and I'll click the save button over here. And now let's say that now that I'm happy with the layout of this component, let's say I'd like to now go and create a table that matches the structure of this of all of the controls on this dialog box. So I'm going to go back to design mode now, and you can see here there's a category here called data binding. I'm going to choose data binding, and there are two options, two primary options over here. The first option, which is create tables to match the controls on your dialog. This is the one that you'd use if you haven't yet created the tables. This option, bind the controls to one or more existing tables, is what you would use if you already have created tables and now you simply want to match the fields in those tables to the controls on your dialog. But we need to use this first option because we don't yet have the table. So step one is define tables and fields. So in this case, basically this whole dialog is going to be bound to a single table. In a later video we'll show you a more complex example. So we're going to just go here and add an alias, and I'll just call this customer information. So since there's only going to be one table in this dialog, the alias and the table name actually turn out to be the same. So now let's go and specify what each of these dialog controls, what the corresponding field in the table should be. So we want customer ID, for example, to be, say, maybe a 10 character field, and then we'll go to first name, last name, company address, city, and we'll make those into, say, 30 character fields. And then we'll say state should be a 2 character field, and zip should be say a 5 character field. So now we've defined basically the corresponding field definition for every single control in the dialog. So now we can go off to step 2. So now we can specify whether we're going to be creating DBF tables or SQL tables. I want to create SQL tables, and I can go here and I can choose the connection string of my database. So I've got a MySQL database right now, and now let's go here and give this table a name, customer table. So now go to step 3, and I can actually go ahead now and press this button, create tables, and you can see now I get information that says a new table was created called customer table. And if I go to my MySQL database right now and do a refresh, actually sorry, let's go here and refresh over there, and then go to demo database. So there's our customer table right now, and it has no data in it, but you can see that we've automatically created a table that matches our structure of the dialog. Thanks very much.